Good afternoon. Dan Davis, ADK Wealth Advisory Group, President and Co-Founder. Today's topic, if you were to check into the College for Financial Planning, it's under protection planning, and then specifically in the medical and long-term care. So what do we mean by long-term care? We're really talking about health care that is outside the normal medical insurance, whether it's your insurance through work or Medicare. So we're then talking about what a lot of people think of as nursing home. I would also like to think of it as care in the home. So I'll just put care in home, nursing home, and we're just going to package that in and call it long-term care. So the first question you really have to ask yourself is, have you had any experiences personally, family, friends, aunts, uncles, parents that have needed care in the home or inside of an institution? And if so, what was that like? How long were they there? How much did it cost? Did they have insurance? The reason why you have to ask these questions is that in order to really address this properly, you have to get in touch with, is this a concern of yours or not? And if it isn't, then you have to ask yourself, should it be? And in most cases, the answer is yes, it should be. So for example, having practiced for 33 years, I've had clients that were worth several $1,000,000 that needed to go in and get care in a facility that was for cognitive issues, whether or not it was Alzheimer's or whether or not it was some other type of Parkinson's, etc. And the cost of that care in the early to mid 2000s was like 10 grand a month. And so had those individuals lived long, it would have blown away the whole financial plan that they had worked all their life to cover. And I'm thinking of two people in particular that I worked with when they were in their 50s and needed that care in their 70s. One had insurance, one did not. In both cases, they had a surviving spouse. In one case, the surviving spouse knew the insurance was covering the majority of it and had great peace of mind. The other was really worried that she might have to go live with her kids at some point in time, or even more challenging, bring her husband back home, which she kept him at home as long as she possibly could before she had to put him in an institution because he started getting aggressive and it was just really difficult for her. So getting in touch with, is this a concern and should it be a concern? And that's why I start with finding out what your personal experience has been. Then the next thing is really to do an analysis of what does it really look like in your situation. So we call them retirement cash flow projections, where we sort of look at your expenses plus inflation. We look at all your assets and income sources. You either have more than you need, in that case there's a surplus, or you need more than you have, in that case is a shortage, and you either have to do things like work longer, get a better rate of return, which isn't as easy as what one may think. And so when you do all that work, that's called the baseline. The next thing you do is you do a scenario that says, well, what if I go in a nursing home and my spouse is still alive? Or what if I go in a nursing home and I'm solo? In either of those situations, you do the cash flow projections where you look at the real expenses. If you're solo, then part of your expenses go down because you don't have dinner at home, you probably sell the house, those kinds of things. But if you're married, those expenses don't go down that much, but yet you have these other expenses ramped up quite a bit. And then you do different scenarios within that as to, if I go in for the average stay, which is 2.5 years, if I go in longer, shorter, and then that starts to really evaluate, do you have enough money to be self-insured, or do you need insurance? Or some combination of self-insurance and partial insurance. Working with a certified financial planner to really walk through all that, I think, is vital. And ADK Wealth Advisory Group does that for our clients. We're here to help you. We're going to do another episode where we just look just at the insurance products that are out there. We'll have one of our in-house experts doing that for you. That'll be part of this series. So thank you for your time. We hope to be able to help you with any financial planning needs and wants that you have. Don't ignore this subject. It's really easy, like estate planning with wills and all that, to just say, I don't have to deal with that now, I'll deal with it later. Well, later sometimes means that you're already dealing with a fire in your kitchen, and at that particular point in time, it's just too late. So deal with it proactively and deal with it intelligently. Signing off from our St. Louis office, thank you for your time and your trust. Have a great day.